Let's Go Racing on NBC Sports Philadelphia. I'm Dani Gibson here with Dick Jerardi. We are in our Hall of Fame room up on the 3rd floor. It is Belmont Stakes Day. We're going to break down the contenders. We're also going to talk to Kentucky Derby winning trainer Kenny McPeek. Plus, we head to Penn National for their big night in the Penn Mile. All these stories and more on today's show. But it is Belmont Stakes Day. We have a lot of action right here at Parx. Get right out here right after our show.
We got some dogs out here today. What's going on with that?
Well, it's Bark at the Parx, and the Basset Hounds will be coming down the stretch with their floppy ears. We do have an early post time at 12:05. It's going to be a great day. We're also honoring our owners with Owners Appreciation Day. Lots of family fun right here at Parx.
The PTHA President's Cup will be the feature race today, and of course it is Belmont Stakes Day. 10 in the field. First time, Dani, since 2013, we have the Derby winner, Mystic Dan, and the Preakness winner, Seize the Gray, in the Belmont, and neither one of them are going to be favored. Sierra Leone, second in the Derby, almost certainly going to be favored. And man, it's going to be a wild day here at Parx and around the country. Can't wait. Belmont at Saratoga.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can't wait. And of course, we'll give our picks.
Yes,
we're going to talk a lot more about the race later in the show, but you got to catch up with Kentucky Derby winning trainer Kenny McPeek. He also won the Kentucky Oaks. How cool was that?
Yeah, it's really cool. And I did catch up with Kenny earlier in the week and just talk to him about what this last month has been like. Here's Kenny.
It's been great. You know, getting to be introduced on a regular basis as Kentucky Derby winning trainer is pretty cool. I always felt like I could do that. You just didn't know if you were going to have the right horse and the right luck. And you have to be both. You have to be good and lucky. And yeah, it's been a pretty magical month for sure.
Now, the Belmont Stakes has been drawn. You've had a chance to at least glance at the field with the 10 horses. Obviously, in the Preakness, Seize the Gray, loose in the lead, couldn't catch him. How do you see this race setting up?
Well, I refuse to try to predict the way a race is going to set up because so much can happen. And we found that out in Pimlico. And I've had some other classic horses or races that I was involved in that the pace of the race didn't end up being anything like you thought. So the fact that Seize the Gray's inside and Dornock's in the middle and Sierra Leone's on the outside and then we're tucked in there too, it's going to be interesting to see how it sets up. It really is. It's going to be hard to predict.
So, Kenny, you were very confident prior to the Derby and the Preakness for that matter with Mystic Dan. Where's your confidence level right now with him?
It's still there. Horse is doing well. He's been ultra consistent. We've been keeping an eye on his eating patterns and his blood work, and he is a little bit unique in the sense that he's a bit of a hard horse to read because he's a very quiet horse to be around. He typically, I've used the term old soul about him because he doesn't do anything quickly. He just a horse that pretty much bomb-proof and that doesn't get worked up about anything. So the quietness makes it a little bit more difficult for a trainer to be able to see, whether he's okay or not, because he like I said, he doesn't get real high and he isn't a biter. He's a very kind horse to be around. But we pay extra close attention to him and make sure he's eating well and doing well.
Kenny, 2,000 career wins, now a lifetime Triple Crown. Right across the street from you, the Racing Hall of Fame across Union Avenue from the racetrack. You've never had access to the great breeding, the bloodlines that other trainers have had. We're thinking maybe the Racing Hall of Fame for you. Have you thought about it?
That's somebody else's decision. I'm proud of my work, very proud. I do think I've done more with less for a long time. I kind of like that. I guess that's somewhat like being an underdog. But I don't know. I mean, I've kind of taken a one horse at a time approach all my career and one client at a time.
Kenny, at Pennsylvania Derby, there's been 2 Derby winners. California Chrome came here and Nyquist came here. We're looking for a third, September 21st. Mystic Dan, you've been here before to Parx for the PA Derby. What are you thinking about September 21?
I think it's on the schedule. If we were to skip the Belmont, then we were probably looking at going to the Haskell. But then the Haskell, Travers, and then Pennsylvania Derby would be a little trickier. I think that as long as the horse runs well and comes out of it well this weekend, I see us skipping the Haskell and just going straight to the Travers. And then I think the Pennsylvania Derby is a logical progression. But we're not going to push into that. We're going to let that happen as it may. Parx is a tricky racetrack. I stabled there back in the 80s, believe it or not. A few belt loops ago and a few hair follicles ago. I was there during the 80s, and that's a tricky racetrack to race over and train over. And it's always been, from what I recall, a little deeper than normal. So, let's see if we end up there, but we'll have to put a plan together if we do.
Yeah, we'll have a cheesesteak in your future if you get here. You know that.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
That was such a cool interview. He just said so many great things. A magical month and more hair and more belt loops. I like that one.
Yeah, I'd forgotten that Kenny was stabled here way back in the day. And he also told me, Danny, that if everything goes right, Torpedo Anna will come here for the cotillion, so it could be Kenny McPeek Day on September 21st for the Derby of the Cotillion.
Time for us to head to our first break, but you don't want to go anywhere because we have our local race from Parx. We're going to head to Monmouth Park, all coming up after this break.
And they're off in the Jersey Derby.
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Cameron Marlowe on Friday, July 26th, plus platinum country artist Dylan Scott on Saturday, August 10th. Don't miss these two exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The question a lot of people are asking themselves these days is, do I buy new or do I buy pre-owned? Here's what I'll tell you. New car inventories are still low and new car prices are still high. However, with the certified pre-owned Nissan at Chapman Nissan, we have a huge selection and you can save thousands over new. Plus a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, roadside assistance, 1-year prepaid maintenance, and so much more. And not for nothing. Can you really tell the difference? I can't.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided for over 4,000 former racehorses with a safe retirement.
These brave warriors do so much for the fans, and we want to make sure they're taken care of.
It's a group effort by all the owners and the trainers, and we've helped so many horses.
Responding to the need of a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retirement of the equine population at Parx Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
It's awesome. I mean, these are the things that we deal with every day that put us into the game and make the game great. Without the horses, we have nothing.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
Aftercare, it takes all of us, and every single person is responsible for it. These horses give us everything on the track. It's up to us to give them everything off the track.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Let's get to some racing right here at Parx. We're going to take a look at Monday's 10th race. This was our Parx picks. It's an allowance optional claiming $16,000. Dan Zadini is in for that $16,000 going the 1 mile, $25,000 purse. And the favorite was your pick, DJ.
Yeah, Mott Scary coming off a pretty good second at Tampa, and these Tampa horses have been running okay up this way, so that was my selection.
Yeah, and I like Rush Center, second choice on the outside for trainer Bobby Moscow.
Dan Zadini, who now emerges with the lead to the outside. It's a Pity. Rush Center after that alert beginning. He's now back to third. Then I Feel Lucky Tonight. Back to Call Me Now, fifth. Motscari and a long way back. Road Call is the trailer. It's a Pity has the lead. Long Shot opening up here in second. Dan Zadini chases to the outside. Rush Center. They go through an opening quarter 24 flat. And Long Shot, It's a Pity, and Richard Mitchell lead the way. Dan Zadini in second. Then it's Rush Center. I Feel Lucky Tonight. Back to Call Me Now to his inside. Motscari and still Road Call is at the back, and It's a Pity continues to lead the way. Half mile left to go. Front running Long Shot trying to take them gate to wire. Dan Zadini continues on in second. Rush Center holds in third. I Feel Lucky Tonight fourth. Then it's back to Motscari to the outside. Call Me Now in the blue blinkers, and at the back Road Call 48 flat for the half, and It's a Pity has some company coming. Dan Zadini has his sights set on the leader, weaving his way in between horses. Motscari is making a big move now. He's up to third and gaining. They head around the far turn. It's a Pity. Dan Zadini is going to be the first one to challenge him. He looms to his outside. Motscari looking for some room on the inside. I Feel Lucky Tonight as they make their way around the far turn. Dan Sedini trying to wrestle the lead away from It's a Pity, who's game on the inside. Just got shut off there as I Feel Lucky Tonight. He had to check up on heels, and it's Dan Sedini who now has the lead. Motscari chasing in second. It is Dan Sedini and Sylvester Gonzalez. They are pulling away. A 16th left to go. Dan Sedini is going to win in a waltz today. Motscari chasing for second. Then it's I Feel Lucky Tonight.
And Dan Sedini gets the win. He is affectionately named Junior by his owner, Freddie Camineri of Arpod Stable. I have to say, this is a nice son of Bernardini. Mariah said he'd been working really good. He hadn't really put that together in the afternoon, but when he broke, I've never seen a horse have so much intention in his face, and he wanted that win.
Yeah, he put it together big time, Dan. He won by almost 4 lengths, and look, Mariah does a great job. Good for her.
Yeah. Well, let's get to our national race of the week out at Monmouth Park. It's the Jersey Derby. This is 1 mile on the turf for 3-year-olds. $104,000 is the purse, and our favorite is Twirling Point for Jonathan Thomas.
Yeah, and Frankie Dettori, after a great night, which we'll talk about in a little bit at Penn National the night before, comes to Monmouth Park to ride in the Jersey Derby.
Wouldn't be a turf race without a Chad Brown horse. We're going to take a look at the second choice, Move to Gold, number 5.
Yeah, coming off a gigantic race, I thought really had everything go wrong down at Tampa Bay and still ran a good third, and the horse that finished second came right back to run a big one.
Well, Monmouth Park has a new track announcer, Matt Dinnerman, and here's the call of the Jersey Derby.
Evening News on the far outside gets the first call of the race, strides to the front. Fidel Light Cayute matching him, now takes back to second as Evening News leads the way from Fidel Light Cayute. Doesn't want to get this leader too far away. And these two are a half length apart approaching the turn. They've streaked 4 ahead of Twirling Point, content to track from the third position. Rose Collector rides the rail into the turn. Kate Crown outside of him. Travesso next, the gray horse, and then Mission Ready second to last. Move to Gold will have to pass them all, but he's got a decent and contentious pace to chase as the top pair do battle on the lead. Evening News outside of Fidel Light Cayute, who's a half length back to the inside second. A space of 4 still. The Twirling Point, 1.5 lengths to Kate Crown. Rose Collector to the inside. 3 back to Travesso. Third last between rivals now. Move to Gold draws level with him, and Mission Ready is the caboose of the field with a half mile to go. They went 23-2 for the first quarter, 46-4. That's swift time on the lead on this turf course. Into the turn they dash. It's Fidel Light Cayute inside of Evening News. Kate Crown getting closer with Twirling Point. They're third and fourth. Rose Collector retreats to fifth while under pressure on the rail, and Move to Gold's getting into the race. Move to Gold let loose behind horses now, gets outside, and he's ready to roll at the top of the lane. Fidel Light Cayute being swarmed on both sides. Outside Twirling Point's trying to get there. Move to Gold moving quickly grandstand side. It's Twirling Point. Fidel Light Cayute has run a massive race. He's got the ears pinned back. He's determined. Here's Move to Gold. 3-horse photo, very tight.
Well, Twirling Point gets the win, and fans were treated to the flying dismount by Frankie Dettori, and what a tour he was on.
Yeah, indeed. He made his first ever appearance in Pennsylvania on Friday night. A couple of dismounts from Frankie Dettori. Boy, the 7-horse Danny was by far the best horse. Was in a speed duel the whole way with Evening News, who eventually got tired and just ran an incredible race. Tag this horse. Look out the next time. I know he finished third, but man, did he run great.
Yeah, put that in your virtual stable. One for Juan Ciavilla, who's stabled here at Parx. Now it's time for us to head to Penn National for the Fabulous Strike Stakes. $50,000 going 6 furlongs, and Get Set is second choice, and that's who we're rooting for.
Yeah, Jamie Ness already at 150 wins. We're just into June. Really a solid horse. Has been running down at Laurel, is actually stabled here at Parx, and it's Jamie Ness. Look out.
How cool is this? Track announcer Larry Colmus with the Fabulous Strike.
Battling up front, Memory Bouquet and Downtown Charlie Brown noses apart through a 22.2 opening quarter mile. Downtown Charlie Brown on the outside sticks a neck in front, trying to put away Memory Bouquet on the far turn. Two Ducks Opportunity, third and on the move now with 2 lengths to make up. Yes, Sir Robert is next. The others with work to do. Downtown Charlie Brown turning for home in front. Two Ducks Opportunity closing down the center of the track. These two now 1-2, and from far behind, Get Set charging down the center of the track. Nazareno has made a late move toward the rail. Two Ducks Opportunity. Get Set. Get Set, gonna get there. Get Set wins it.
And Get Set and jockey Jamie Rodriguez run them down to get up for the win. They were 6 wide and closing fast.
Yeah, a really cool horse, and Jamie Ness wins another one. By the way, they had a record handle at Penn National. Their all-time record was $4.5 million, 5.7 million. And you heard Larry Collins, by the way, his passenger on the way out, Frankie Dettori.
I'd like to know what that conversation was about.
That would be interesting. Larry lives right near Monmouth Park, so obviously brought Frankie back to ride the Jersey Derby the next day.
That's just so cool. Well, we're going to head to another break, but we have so much more coming up. We have our jockey and trainer of the week and best of the rest and more from Penn National all coming up.
So into the turn they go. Amicio, Harabio, and Set have been there so far.
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss Funny Man JB Smoove on Saturday, September 14th, plus Straight No Chaser on Friday, October 18th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
The PA Horse Breeders Association has a remarkable story to tell. North America's most lucrative awards program also produces Grade 1 winners year after year. Of all the great PA breds, none is more well-known, more iconic than Smarty Jones. We salute Smarty on the 20th anniversary of his wins in the first 2 jewels of the 2004 Triple Crown, at the time becoming only the 3rd ever undefeated Preakness champ.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parx Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parx is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Dick, it is time for our Jockey of the Week, sponsored by NovaCare. Congratulations, Paco Lopez, our Jockey of the Week, with an incredible week with 11 wins since last Friday, including the Leaford Stakes, 2 at Monmouth Park for trainer Mike Moore, and 3 right here at Parx. Jockey of the Week is sponsored by NovaCare, the power of physical therapy. Congratulations, Paco Lopez, our Jockey of the Week. Now let's turn our attention to the Trainer of the Week. The PTHA proudly partners with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Congratulations, Paul Conrad, to win our Trainer of the Week. He had a powerful victory with Crack the Code. He is beloved here at Parx and known as the Commander. The PTHA proudly partners with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to name Paul Conrad as our Trainer of the Week. We have another Turning for Home family photo to share with you. Blonde Dude was retired back in 2010 when it was Philadelphia Park for owner-trainer Ramon Martin. He is perfectly named, living a pampered life in New Jersey, and he's planning on celebrating a barn mitzvah for his 18th birthday.
Why wouldn't you have a barn mitzvah?
Gotta love that. Well, it's time for Best of the Rest, and we go to Penn National for the Grade 3 Penn Mile on the turf. And $400,000, and what a wild stretch run.
This is a wild stretch run. Keep your eye on the 4, First World War. We've already had a flying dismount from Frankie Dettori when he won the Penn Oaks prior to this race, and here he is. Is he really going to get up and do it again? Yes, he is, Danny, by a nose. First World War. Congratulations to all my friends up at Penn National. Chris Mackerline, who runs the show. Great night. That was a great idea that they had with the Penn Mile, and it's really worked out well for them.
Yeah, really successful night for our friends at Penn. And let's head to New Jersey. This is Monmouth Park for the New Jersey bred fillies and mares, going 6 furlongs. Really nice purse here, to $68,750. And we have a horse in here we're rooting for.
Yeah, indeed. Keep an eye on Boston Down Doors, 2-1. I mean, just going to blow the field away. away eventually. This is a great claim, and I sent Jeff Matty a text afterward for $16,000 at Penn. They had this race in mind with Mike Moore. It's Mike Moore and Jeff's family owns the horse. How about this, Danny? $41,000 they won just in this race alone. Since the claim for 16, they've won $60,000. Spotting, knowing these Jersey bred races were coming up. Really well done.
Yeah, really beautiful filly by Golden Sense, and Paco Lopez was aboard. That actually ensured him a good spot being our jockey of the week,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I was playing the contest Saturday at Monmouth. It really helped me out. Thank you, busting down to her.
Yeah, we love celebrating Jersey wins with friends. Well, let's go right back here to Parx, and we had our turf season, the first one of the year. It was Tuesday's 5th race for maidens, $30,000 claiming tag going the mile and 70 yards. And owner and breeder Gary Barber has Sky's No Limit coming up the rail.
Yeah, and looked real good coming up the rail for Butch Reed at 9-1. Not a number you get off on this stable with Michael Sanchez, but Sky's No Limit's going to get up in time to get it done.
Yeah, 2020, if you cashed out that win ticket, congratulations to them. And turf racing is back. Let's get to this week's PTHA Trophy race. This was Tuesday's 7th race. Maiden claimers, $10,000 is the claiming tag, 6.5 furlongs, and it's a battle to the finish.
It is a battle to the finish. My brother Charlie's a huge favorite at 2-5, Danny, but just doesn't fire. But here is Check It Up, the 10. Again, a wild finish. Is he going to, yes, by a nose. Check It Up at the wire for our man John Service and Mainline Racing.
Yeah, Check It Up wins with the head bob, and I caught up to John's assistant trainer, Teresa, on the win. Check It Up. He really showed a lot today, him and Abner. What a finish, huh?
Yeah, quite a finish. I was a little surprised. He really fought it out to the end. He showed he had a little bit of guts.
And a great win for Mainline Racing and Dr. Bucky, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they're happy.
Well, it's time for Eye on Racing, and of course, all the fun will be here at Parx, but Saratoga has quite the day.
What a loaded card, and I know my buddy Glenn Bennett is getting on a plane at 10 a.m. from Atlantic City, flying up to see a couple of his horses running. 90% Maddie in the True North on race 4. And then in race 8, Danny, in the Woody Stevens, we have Maximus Meridius, and of course Chuck and Glenn both owned with Butch Reed. It's a tough race. In fact, there's a horse in there that I love, my early lock of the year. Look out for Prince of Monaco off the layoff for my man Bob Baffert. I've been watching the workouts. This horse is going to fire and fire big. Maybe Maximus can run second. I'd love to see him win. Be great.
Yeah, I was talking to Butch. He really feels like his horses too really fit well in these spots. So of course we're rooting for them.
Absolutely.
And of course we're going to talk about the Belmont Stakes later in the card.
Yes,
so we do have to get to our final break of the day, but we'll be right back with Parx picks and our picks in the Belmont.
They're close to home in the Preakness. Sees the gray. Oh, Henrik Torres sees the day.
The Excite Center at Parx Casino, the region's hottest live entertainment venue. Check out your favorite concerts, comedy, boxing, MMA, all at the #1 casino in Pennsylvania. Don't miss the hilarious Steve Trevino on Saturday, November 23rd, plus funny lady Kathleen Madigan on Saturday, December 7th. Don't miss these 2 exciting headliners, only at the Excite Center inside Parx Casino. Parx Casino, this is how you win. This is how you win. Tickets on sale now.
Racehorses are pampered.
Treated with care and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them.
And they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs. And billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Well, hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Go Racing. This is Parx Picks, and of course we're talking about today's stakes race. It's race 9 on the card, the PTHA President's Cup for fillies and mares going a mile and 16th over the turf course. And I'm going to go first. We have a nice field of 12 here, but I'm going to go with the post 1, Sweet Danny Girl.
Of course you are.
And of course, I know I love this name, and now I have bet and wagered and won with Sweet Danny Girl, but this is what I like about her. Michael knows our turf course. Of course, I love the name. This horse likes the distance. She's proven at the mile and 16th, and I think that inside up the rail, Christophe Clement, Pure Sensation.
It's all good.
They've won here before.
Yeah, I like Precious Avery. My man Tim Shaw, the Jersey bred, has proved she's good enough to beat Open Company. Sylvester Gonzalez, Precious Avery for me in the President's Cup.
Well, that would be super cool if they won for the home team. Well, let's see who we like in the big race up at Saratoga. This is the Belmont Stakes, and we have the Kentucky Derby winner. We have the Preakness winner. I'm actually going elsewhere. I'm going to go with the outside Mind Frame. This is the horse that sky's the limit. I love Sire Constitution. This horse is up on the upswing, and that's what I like to see, a horse that's generally improving, and I think Irad and Rapoli will be hungry for this win.
He's a real talent, there's no question. Obviously, the Derby winner is really good. We know about Sierra Leone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to key Honor Marie with those 3 horses. I think he's the livest long shot in the race. No chance in the Derby. Honor Marie is my key horse in the Belmont.
Oh, I really like that. Let's see who Craig Donnelly likes.
Race 6 today at Parx. What do you like?
I'm interested in a horse named Jova, number 6, and the reason being, normally I am leery of picking horses dropping in class, but what's going on this weekend is purses are inflated. This race would normally $18,000 purse. It's carrying a $30,000 purse. So that means someone who's got a horse worth 8 or 10 can take a shot running for 5 because they're going to be rewarded with a higher purse. So Jova's dropping in class, but this is an old, really old, tough old horse. 13 races. He's made almost $500,000 in his career. I think it'll drop him to a spot where he can regain his confidence, sit off a contested pace, and get the job done for more money.
There you go, Craig Donnelly. Look out, people. When Craig sounds like that, it's usually a winner. And the Belmont Stakes today, Craig, at Saratoga, what do you think?
People hate when you pick chalk in the big races, but I have to. I'd like to know what Sierra Leone's done that would make you not like him. 5 starts. He's lost a total of about 6 inches. He'd be 5 for 5. He's bred to be great. He should have won the Derby, really. I mean, in a little better racing luck. Gaff Leone's a fine rider, terrific rider, but when you go to Flavian Pratt, you're not giving up anything. So I think Sierra Leone's going to be a little closer to pace. He's not going to be 18th because there's only 10 in the race. He'll be sitting a little closer, get a better trip. I just think he'll run down the speed in the stretch.
Craig Donnelly, Sierra Leone in the Belmont.
Thanks, Craig, for your pick, and make sure you come out. We have a great day of racing. First post is 12:05. Stakes races, family fun, owner appreciation day, and of course the Basset Hounds.
Yeah, it's going to be wild, Danny, but a little sorrow tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the last day of the great Golden Gate Fields. You've been there. I've been there. For the people that don't know, it's in Berkeley, right across the bay from San Francisco, one of the beautiful scenes in sports. It's happening too often. We're losing our legacy racetracks. Feel bad that's at the end of Golden Gate Field.
Yeah, I'm really upset about it. It is one of the most iconic and scenic tracks I've ever been to. Really going to miss Golden Gate Fields.
No doubt.
And what am I going to do when I go to San Francisco to visit my sister now?
Yeah, you're going to go to Chinatown and go to the Fisherman's Wharf. You'll be fine.
Well, that wraps it up for this week. We had such a great show. We hope to see you right out here at Parx. We are racing today at 12:05. Make sure you get here.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Tama's got the lead now. It's Tama in the center of the racetrack, but Tama is drawing away, and Tama with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parx Pennsylvania Derby.